season 10. We are trying to follow some seasonal stuff this season. And we've also been grabbing some recipes off of Instagram, off of Pinterest, out of some cookbooks. And today we're making a recipe from a guy named Peng Vegan Munch. And he did this recipe entirely in a NutriBullet, which astonishes me. We don't have a NutriBullet here.
No.
So we're not going to be using a NutriBullet. We're going to be using a food processor, and we're going to be using an air fryer that we've never used before.
But more importantly, what we're making is chicken nuggets.
Well, they're fake chicken nuggets.
Faux chicken nuggets, that's what we're making.
For this recipe, you're going to need 1 block of firm tofu, a can of chickpeas with the liquid intact, 1 cooked potato, I used a russet, 1 red onion, 2 tablespoons of corn flour, a pinch of salt and pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of paprika, a half a teaspoon of basil and oregano, and a half a cup of breadcrumbs, maybe more if it's too wet.
So now that you know what we need, we're gonna get started.
And this guy doesn't go into a lot of detail about how he did it, so we're just kind of making it up as we go along. He says blend it all together, and we saw him on Instagram actually using a NutriBullet. And a NutriBullet would work because you can take the bottom off of it, but with a Vitamix, you can't take the bottom off of it. So if you need to blend something that you want everything out of, don't use a Vitamix because it's a pain in the butt. Yep. You could use a regular blender or a NutriBullet, but we're gonna use our handy dandy Hamilton Beach food processor. We're gonna start out with tofu, and I like to use sprouted tofu. I like to use sprouted tofu because there's actually added nutrients when you do that. Now, you wanna make sure that you're using organic, non-GMO tofu, which I have never seen not organic tofu. Have you?
Not organic tofu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have?
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen
Yeah.
that. Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's because you live here up in Northern California. Where I live, we do not have non-organic tofu. We're using a whole block of it. Now, I've showed you in other episodes how we squeeze the water to get it out. I'm not doing that because he doesn't ask us to. I have a feeling that we want it to be kind of moist because we're gonna make like little shapes out of it. So we're leaving it like it is. And then we're using a can of garbanzos, otherwise known as chickpeas. These are great for you in terms of athletic performance, in terms of building muscle, and also in muscle repair.
Like doing curls with the cans,
Yes,
like you were just doing it there?
Curls
Yeah.
for the girls?
Beans.
Where's the can opener?
In the can opener
Okay,
drawer.
well, we should it's like we should have everything out or something.
I know, I did
So
start
one can?
Yeah, but I wanted to show people something. So this is listed as a low sodium product. It has 140 milligrams of sodium in it. You want to match the number of milligrams of sodium to the number of calories.
Match or under?
Or under. This is 130 calories, 140 grams of sodium, so slightly over. It's listed as low sodium. This, from Trader Joe's, is not listed as low sodium. It has 120 calories and 130 milligrams of sodium. What?
What's going on?
How is that not low sodium? I don't know, but I'm also looking at the ingredients, and they're exactly the same.
Okay.
So I do not know.
Use this one.
Okay. There we go. And you're going to leave the liquid in it.
Right, and dump it in.
I feel like this is going to be really liquidy with the liquid that's in the tofu already. We're also going to use 1 cooked potato. I used a russet potato. I'm going to cut it up a little bit.
And I think in his video, the peel was off.
Really? Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do that.
Well,
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
How did you see that?
Because when he put it into the thing, it was just there was no peel on the potato.
Interesting.
I know I know it's hard because it's an Instagram post, so it's not like a recipe from a recipe book or a blog. So it's just it's minimal information.
Okay, is that how it is always on Instagram?
Well, I mean, sometimes can be.
Interesting. And then a red onion. And I chopped mine up ahead of time. I'm assuming that's what you should do. He might have just put it in whole.
I think he did. I can't remember.
Really?
Now that I watched. I think he just put it in like big chunks.
Interesting. Because it's a blender. We're using a food processor. It's going to be slightly different.
So you could peel your potato ahead of time if you want.
I could have. If you
I'm just saying for them.
If someone would have told me.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, you mean like before you cook it? You
Yeah.
can't. No. Why would you cook a potato without a peel on it? That would
that you wouldn't have to peel it afterward. That's easiest to peel it when you have you ever?
I've never baked a potato without a peel on it. I've never even think of that. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
We should try. Or you know what we could have done, which would have been
them.
smarter? No, we could have done a yellow potato, which wouldn't have had this crust. Next time I do this, I will use a yellow potato for sure, and not a russet potato.
You can also boil them. You can peel them and boil them.
Yeah.
Which is what?
Okay, then we're going to add the onion.
Okay.
And then we need, you want to measure this out, we need 2 tablespoons of corn flour.
Okay.
It's kind of irritating to have all these different kinds of flour.
So I question whether all of this would fit into a NutriBullet.
I know, I do too, but he does show it on the thing,
I know.
right?
2 tablespoons?
Yeah.
We need to talk to him.
We need to talk to him.
We'll tag him when we post this
Definitely.
video.
Yeah, tag
We'll
him.
ask him.
And then we need a pinch of salt and pepper. Or you want to do the garlic powder
do it.
first? Okay. We need a teaspoon of garlic powder.
Give me that knife.
Oh, because be careful. Jeez.
Well, I need a
You are
smaller
scaring
knife.
me. You are scaring me. Okay, a pinch of salt. And a pinch of pepper. It's a pinch. And a pinch of pepper. More than a pinch.
So a teaspoon of garlic powder, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool.
Flavors sound really good, at least.
And then a half a teaspoon of, I mean, I've never been a fan of chicken nuggets, and you haven't either. Like, you never ate chicken nuggets as a kid, ever. And then we need a half a teaspoon of, it says basil and oregano, so do you think it's a half a teaspoon of each?
Did you do the paprika? Are you doing it right now?
This is the basil. I haven't done the paprika.
Oh. Okay.
I do want to point out that there's so many different ways to buy spices, and I have no idea, like, are some spices better than others? I do like to buy spices in bulk, because you usually can get a better deal on them, but this is kind of hard to deal with. Okay, that's the basil. We often use fresh stuff in ours, but this probably wouldn't work in this. And so I'm putting a half a teaspoon of each in them, because I do like flavor.
And then a half a teaspoon of paprika, and then half a cup of breadcrumbs, and that's it.
Well, you don't put the half a cup of breadcrumbs in.
Oh, no, right, not in.
You wait.
Right,
yeah, you wait until the end.
Okay.
And we are using gluten-free breadcrumbs. He doesn't talk about that. Maybe he's not gluten-free, but we're using gluten-free breadcrumbs.
All right.
The magic of, where does this go? That's not in there all the way. That's weird. Okay, I feel like this would have gotten smoother in the NutriBullet.
Yeah.
And I also kind of want to taste.
Don't put it back in there.
Yep. That's okay.
Well, you're gonna like dip it in ketchup or you're gonna put the things themselves aren't usually that flavorful.
And then we're supposed to mix with the breadcrumbs,
in here, in the bowl.
Is that what he did?
He did it in a bowl.
Okay.
You pull it out of the blender, dip the thing in, and then mix it, and then you form them into patties yourself, and then we go from there.
Okay. Let's try. Try, as Jameson would say.
I need a
These are the Coat and Crunch. You want a wooden spoon?
No, I want this.
You want the snowman scraper? I'm done with that snowman scraper.
Done with it.
I'm taking it with me when I leave.
It says a half a cup of breadcrumbs or more. This is really interesting that this box of breadcrumbs looks like it only has like a cup in it. The whole thing, like, I don't even think this is a half a cup here. Yeah, that's just a half a cup.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
But there's another container, but still, it's only a cup. 2 pouches, 2 meals. Coating for chicken, pork, fish, and veggies. Best taste ever. That's what it says.
Wow.
Best.
Voted on by who?
Voted on by them.
Them.
Yes. Interesting.
This is gonna make a lot of nuggets. So if you're like having like a party, or you're gonna freeze them for your kids.
So then you put the breadcrumbs into the mix, right?
Right, and then you mix it up, and then you form the patties.
Okay.
And I don't really feel like I need to save a lot, like extra, because there's so much. There's like so much.
I mean, this is a lot. He said he made this. He shows him making it.
He must have made a smaller
There's just
portion.
no way.
No, this would not fit in the NutriBullet.
And we're gonna need the other pouch, I think, don't you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Snowman, do your job. Because you don't want it to be too sticky.
Right, you want them to hold their shape.
Right. I don't know. I'm questionable about this. I'm questioning this recipe, Peng Vegan Crunch. Mr. Peng Vegan Crunch, I am definitely questioning this recipe.
Munch.
Oh, Munch?
Peng Vegan Munch.
Vegan Munch.
All right, so now we gotta make them into shapes.
Yeah, like
Like stars or snowmen or
Put them
something.
onto. So we're gonna bake these first in our Ninja air fryer. And so where do the rest of those thingies go?
Up above.
Well, okay.
We're gonna move this over here.
Okay.
Boy, that really wreaked havoc on my food processor.
All right. So we are
Should we put them directly into the air fryer?
They go on this thing.
Oh, they go on that thing. I see. Okay.
We're gonna bake them on that. Hopefully.
They're there.
You just like blob them on there with a spoon.
I know, you can't really shape them. Peng Vegan Munch, this is not a good recipe. I'll have to say. Wait, you just can't put them in the middle. You gotta line them up. I think that you should use a spoon and not the snowman spatula. let me get you a. You are the worst.
Oh shit.
Okay, I think we gotta make them a little bit more nuggety looking.
Yeah, so flatten them out a little bit.
Yeah, you just throw.
Make it in the shape of a cow or something.
Yeah.
I think we should make stars. Okay, you're like totally not using the real estate correctly here. Okay.
Well, when it flings out, I have no control over the direction.
Disaster.
Okay.
So do we have to like do one at a time? You can't put more than one of these things in there?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
So we're just gonna do one batch and then we're gonna throw the rest of it away.
No, we're not. We're going to donate it to the hungry and homeless.
They're like, oh, thanks for this slop.
Okay,
no.
Let's try.
No, I don't know if I picked it. Oh, I should have put this in the thing. Okay.
Do you want help with that?
God.
I think you should have help.
Well, it's already done. All right. So we're gonna bake these
This does not seem very efficient.
for 15 minutes.
Really?
That's what the thing says, right?
Okay, let's try some in the oven too.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to put some in the oven.
So this is not my machine bake. All right, so we just baked these in here for 15 minutes.
And I also baked some in the oven.
And they crisped up really nicely. You can see. Get in there and check those out.
And they actually did just as well in the oven, I
Yep,
think.
Yep.
I mean, it hasn't been as long in the oven because I put them in a little bit later.
So the next step, it says to spray them with oil and then air fry them. But so they're kind of sticking, which I wonder if they don't stick as much to yours.
I'm wondering, well, they're still not, they're not crispy yet in there. So we should have sprayed the bottom. He didn't say to do that.
Didn't say to do that.
Peng Vegan Munch, you need to.
You're letting us down, bro.
You're letting us down, really big time. Let's put them on new.
Well, we're gonna spray. I don't know if we spray the whole.
I think we should spray the bottom of the pan of this thing, and then we'll put them down, and then we'll spray the tops.
Smart.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. I think we should get out a spatula. They'll come off better with a metal spatula.
Okay.
We'll find in our secret drawer here.
Right here. Yeah,
There we go.
much nicer. Okay.
We could have put more in this.
Well, we were just
didn't know.
trying to figure it out.
And then how
We
long do
didn't-
you have to air fry it?
He didn't say in there. He said to finish it off in the air fryer. So we're gonna have to just guesstimate on that also.
Just tasting the batter, he neneeds a lot more spices in these to make them taste.
This guy's gonna be so mad
Yeah,
at
I
you.
know he's not gonna like us.
Just destroying this dude.
Well, chicken nuggets are plain. Chicken nuggets don't taste like anything.
Yeah, they do. They have a lot of spices in them.
No, they don't.
Yes,
when
they
you go
do.
to McDonald's, you go to
Yeah,
like no,
they do.
No,
Yes, they do.
No. Maybe the breading does, but the meat doesn't taste like anything.
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna air fry, air crisp, which is what they call it on the Ninja, which is air fry. I read it's the same thing. They're just trying to be fancy.
Okay, this is a disaster.
You guys,
Wait, what is that?
We really pride ourselves on transparency with you all. I know that on a lot of other shows they just fake it. We won't do that to you.
No.
This did not work.
No. First of all, we overcooked
We've
these.
screwed it up.
We did.
And but they're not very flavorful. I mean, if you have a kid that likes plain food, that could work.
Well, but
Like, if you had a boring ass kid.
Also overdid it in the air fryer, So a little less in the air fryer possibly, but they're like kind of mushy on the inside still. They're not like totally cooked on the inside.
I mean, to be fair, the guy like did flatten them out more, but just the whole flavor thing does not do it for me. Almost every season we have one complete fail. This is the complete fail.
And it's not even on purpose. What does happen is that we don't test out our recipes ahead of time.
Well, we test out some of them. Like you've been making that bulgogi, and I've been making that pasta picante.
But you can assume there's going to be a couple of flops if you don't ever try them out.
Right.
So.
Right. And that's what's interesting is because people like trust these recipes. And so first of all, if I had to go back and make this recipe again, which I might someday.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I might. No, I might. He definitely needed more spices in it. They were not Peng, I'm sorry. You needed more spices in your stuff. I think that he probably should have squeezed. I don't know, like if it was too liquidy. You feel like it was too liquidy? I kind of feel like it was too liquidy. I don't know what the purpose of the breadcrumbs was except to soak up the liquid.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So I feel like he should have, if he would have gotten rid of the liquid and had it be denser in the first place and then maybe rolled them in the breadcrumbs, like adding the breadcrumbs to it just seemed like that was nonsensical. Yeah. So I don't know. The whole NutriBullet thing, I don't think he did that.
Maybe don't tag him.
Yeah, we're not going to tag him.
No, we're not. Definitely not tagging him. No, definitely not. If he finds us like by chance, then that's on him. But
he's waiting outside your kitchen with a grievance.
Yeah. But we are. This is going in the trash. I'm sorry. Like I wouldn't even give this to hungry homeless people.
Yeah, it's not good.
Definitely a
thumbs down.
Sorry, this goes right along with the pad thai we made one season.
And the teff.
The teff.
We had a lot of flops.
We haven't. Well, it's usually just one.
One a season.
Just one a season. This is it.
Yeah.
Don't make this. We'll see you next time on Cook with Jake and Joy. Please, even though this recipe was terrible, please subscribe.
Don't share it with your friends.
Don't share this one. Share one of the good ones with
And we hope you really appreciate our authenticity.
We'll see you next time, hopefully.